Welcome back to Dicing with Death, everybody. We are here into our second part. The magical sword is missing. There are 4 suspects, and it has been
Well, we
known.
know who has the magic sword.
Well,
It's
yes,
some
there are
mysterious wizard.
4 suspects in its theft.
I'm actually, well, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'll go and keep. I mean, I need to heal for a few days, so I'm going to go interrogate these suspects, even though it almost doesn't matter.
All right, you run
In
into
fact, my boredom is probably going to wind up getting someone killed.
possibly.
That's
You find Gorloff, the blacksmith, busy at work at his forge. He looks up.
probably.
Oh, Mr. Fenric! I didn't know that you were up and yet.
Yes, I awoke this morning. First things first. I suppose I owe you a thank you for assisting in getting me back to town.
It was my pleasure. You certainly did help us out with those snow bears.
Yes, yes. I suppose I'm just going to come right out and say it. I'm missing a certain heirloom from my person. I suppose it could have fallen at some point, but I
You
doubt this.
you got your staff right there, right? All that's intact.
I'm going to ask you one question, and I pray for both of our sakes that you answer honestly.
He puts down his hammer and leans in, looks at you.
Did
Ask away.
you or any of the other men that helped me back to town take anything from my person, to your knowledge?
Well, not that I know. Some of
I
your
look him
shit
square
was
in the
falling out of
eyes.
your bag, and we piled it on top of your body as we hauled it in over on our shoulders. But I reckon it all got put back right. To be honest, I didn't pay too much attention. I bailed as soon as we got back to town. It was getting dark, and I had to go see the missus.
Right.
I think Jenkins and Sandbar were the ones that stuck around with you a little bit to make sure you saw the right place.
Jenkins and Sandbar. Yeah, all right. I give him a silver. I say to make up for the time you spent trudging out in the woods to drag my sorry ass back to town.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. And I give him a wink. I appreciate your honesty. And I stare at him a little too long before we walk away.
If it turns out to be one of them, you can come for me for if you have a question. I'm available. Okay.
I will depart and go over to Jenkins' house, I guess.
Okay. You arrive at Jenkins' house. He is one of those day laborers, and he lives in a little hovel. You come to the door, and he is currently, well, what should have been the door, but it's really just a cloth hanging down. You hear him yelling inside at what appears to be his daughter. Susie May, if you don't do the dishes right now, I'm gonna spank you. But Daddy, the water's frozen. How am I supposed to do the dishes? I don't give a shit. Start a fire, something. You get that water melted, and you do the dishes, little Susie May.
I hold on a sec. Oh no, I don't have any torches anymore. I has no fire. All right, I will knock on the outside of their little hovel with my staff.
He pops his head out, looks around. Oh, Mr. Franrick, and your shorter fella.
This is Rockbreaker, but he
Rockbreaker
breaks all
stomps his
sorts of
feet.
things. I came by to thank you for helping me back to town the other day. Jenkins, you said your name was?
Mm-hmm.
I extend a hand.
He reaches out and shakes it.
All right. I clutch him tightly. I'm not a strong man, but I mean, it's probably obvious that I'm overexerting myself to give a firm handshake, and I look him in the eyes as I'm doing so. Now, Jenkins, I've still got his hand in mine. I'm gonna ask you this one time, and and I pray that you are truthful with me. Did you or any of the other men who helped me back to town take any liberties with my equipment?
What sort of liberties?
I getting close. You would know if you saw anything.
He looks around a little bit nervously.
If you tell the truth, I will spare you. I take it this guy's a little lower in. I don't know. Maybe I've just reached the end of my rope. The threats are coming out.
You see him visibly start to get nervous and goes, no, sir, Mr. Fenric, I wouldn't dream of taking any of your things. You get the feeling he's not telling you everything, though.
You fool! How much did that wizard give you for it?
What wizard? I swear, you're the only wizard I know.
I look to Rockbreaker to see what his reaction is. We sort of got him cornered in the doorway. Is that the?
He could retreat into the house, but that's about it.
I let the silence hang as I stare him down, deciding what I can
give me an opposed charisma check. As you try to intimidate him.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of what I'm trying to do. Haven't pulled out all the stops yet, but we'll see how this charisma check goes. 19.
He starts to step back in the house just a little bit, like slowly leaning back, and goes, Mr. Fenric, if that's all I can do for you today, I got dishes I need to be attending.
Very well. I hope you and your family have a pleasant day.
Yes, sir.
And I stand my ground.
He steps inside, and the torn cloth falls in place. And you hear him pad back to the sink, where you start hearing the sound of like an ice pick on ice.
Well, that some motherfucker did it. And I look at Rockbreaker.
Rockbreaker shrugs. Not much you can take from him, unless you want to take his daughter. Man's real likely to cooperate if you got his little girl hostage.
I don't know what I even want him to cooperate with. Just a poor, dumb peasant. Not even a peasant. An idler. He doesn't even... I storm back to the hotel, back to the inn.
Rockbreaker shrugs.
Wonder what he got paid for it. Probably jack shit. Probably has no idea what he had. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the inn. I'll pay for 4 days, I guess, just so I got somewhere squared away.
Sure. Cough me up. 4 days food and rest would be 6 times 4, 24 silver.
All right. And how much do I owe for Rockbreaker's medical care?
Give me another 20 silver for the 7 days so far.
That's pretty cheap. Right.
Some of the stuff from Rockbreaker spilled over onto you.
What do you
he
mean?
woke up early and said, "Give him the attention. I'll be okay." And he rested on his own.
All right. I'll let myself heal naturally over 4 days. I'm gonna start trying to gather information on this wizard, see if anyone knows where he came from, which direction he went. He clearly made a scene, so it's not like he would be hard to.
His name was Charmin.
Oh. Charmin.
Mm-hmm. Charmin the Red. And he was simply going from town to town, performing whatever services he could to make a little bit of money in this time, it seemed. And he used his wizardly skills to clear the streets. Everyone's talking about the magic he produced, the flaming balls, the heat coming from his hands, and that sword of his that caught fire. Whole town is talking about it.
Where? So do they know which direction he came from, north or
Oh
south?
yeah,
And
he came from the south.
and which direction he went?
He was well. There's only really one way to go if you're coming from the south. It's to head north. So he
Okay,
left.
so he didn't turn around.
He left this morning, actually, and was headed
fuck.
towards Ansdreth and presumably Keygate beyond. He didn't say his general direction. He just said he was headed north,
Yeah.
looking to do some good deeds.
How is Rockbreaker doing for HP? I guess I'll ask him how he's doing in character, or you can just tell
He
me what.
kind of shrugs and stretches a little bit and goes, "I've seen better days, but I can take to the road, no problem. Just maybe
Alright,
we can rest up a little bit before we storm any Snowbear caves."
Yeah, wizards are squishy, and if he's smart, he won't put up too much of a fight.
Yeah. You only need one good axe blow against a wizard. No offense, but your type is pretty easy to take down.
I know. All it takes is a little bit of frozen water. Can I have my money back on the inn other than the first night, or did I prepay?
Yeah, you can take, if you want, you can get a refund.
Okay, so I'll get 18 back, and actually, let's leave immediately. I'll leave him a tip of like 2 silver, but I'll like tell them my plans have changed and see if I can get 22 back.
It's gonna, if you leave now, you will get to Ansdreth well past sundown.
Yeah, is Rockbreaker, unless Rockbreaker has serious objections to that.
He does not.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna pick up some lamp oil on my way out of town.
Okay.
How much that shit cost? Where's my PHB?
Players with their own PHBs. What is this?
Not proficiencies, equipment.
Lamp oil is 6 copper for a pound of oil.
And that lasts 6 hours, I believe.
Yes, but actually in these times the price has doubled because of its scarcity and because of
Sure.
its, the extra
So
you need.
12 copper.
12 copper for a vial,
All right, I'll buy 2 vials.
a flask,
24
really.
copper. And we will scamper out of town. 12 hour, yeah. Wonder if I should stock up. Nah, 2's. That's fine. All right. So we will hurry out of town. Is the road clear? Thanks to Mr. Wizard.
It's clear all the way through town, through like the main stretch of town, and it starts to peter off as you get towards either end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're trudging through the snowy road.
You also
way
notice
north.
that a couple of side streets have been cleared in the main section of town, so it's not just the main road.
That's interesting. I bet one of those side streets. Does one of those side streets go to Jenkins's house?
It does not.
Okay.
It goes to a couple of merchants' places and a warehouse. Asking around town, you hear that the town pitched together to clear the main street, and then a couple of other people chipped in their own money for like separate side streets. So like the warehouse owner was like, "Oh, I need this path cleared. Will you clear it
Okay.
for me?" Sort of stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ignore following up on any of that and probably just try and get out of town as soon as possible, see if we can make any progress on him.
Okay.
So we're going to like travel through and into the evening and probably arrive. Well, yeah, we'll see if we hit any trouble on the road, but hit Ansdreth well after dark.
Okay.
Hopefully at the same time, he'll probably be already asleep by the time we get in, but hopefully he'll just be in Ansdreth.
You arrive at Ansdreth unmolested along the road, although it wasn't necessarily an easy path. It was cold, it was bitter, it was windy, lots of wind. The snow is still pretty light right now, but there's a lot of wind coming down. And you guys pretty much had to huddle together to make it through because of the wind blowing against your sides and the cold. And the path in front of you it did not look well traveled. There was some footprints and some broken up snow, but you're still like knee deep in it the whole time. Rockbreaker is about waist deep in it the whole time. But you make it.
All right. And we will head on into town. I think I know of 2 taverns here. Do I even have them noted? Nah.
Yes, you've known of 2 taverns here.
Yeah, but I didn't have them written down. So we'll probably find the first. Yeah, let's go to the first one from on the south side of town
Okay.
that we can find. Hopefully, we can still get some food at this hour and find some information on this wizard.
Not a problem. Is it my notes over here?
How's the weather? Is it snow coming down?
Snow continues to fall, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh god, these are ridiculous notes. I swear I have all of these notes somewhere. I know I took notes.
What are you just looking for the name of the tavern?
Yeah, not that it's a big deal, but I kind of want to.
It's in the VODs. Yeah.
It's in the VODs. I don't. Okay, here we go. No, that was the new system I was trying to write. I came up with some pretty sweet ideas for a new system thing, but it's too long and difficult to balance. Probably work on it again later. Okay, can't find my notes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Tavern
Okay,
on
you
south
arrive
side
at the
town.
tavern.
Is there food?
There's food. There are two hearths blowing hot air all over the place, and it is crowded and jam-packed. People are
It is.
abuzz with conversation and laughter, which is surprising
probably-
considering this rough time.
Yeah. First order of business will be to get food and drink for myself and Rockbreaker. I do have rations, but I probably ate the last of them. Well, yeah. I'll say I ate the last of them. Or maybe they were pretty nasty. I would have nibbled on the day, over the course of the day, but they might have been bad at this point, or at least not ideal. So we're pretty hungry. Food and drink for myself and Rockbreaker,
And a night
at
for
least
each
for the
of
first round. Yeah, I'll get a night as well.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
you?
might
So
as
give
well.
me 12 silver.
Okay. And I'll tell Rockbreaker to, relax for a few minutes, but we may not have a chance to go to sleep immediately if this wizard's still around. And I won't start talking to anyone. I'll see if I can overhear any conversation about. I mean, if it seems like it'd be something that would be on the conversation. So while I'm eating my dinner and drinking my first drink, I'm sort of listening around. Maybe I'll walk to the bathroom at some point or whatever. Walk to the chamber pot at some point. See if I hear any other conversations on the way there.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
31, natural
Yes.
19.
Not only do you overhear something about the wizard, you spot the wizard.
Ooh.
He is in this very tavern, in a, not really a corner section, but he's near one of the hearths, and he is sitting up at a table with 3 seasoned adventurers. Well, they look like seasoned adventurers. 2 of them have chainmail, one with a spear, one with a short sword, and the other is wearing leather armor and is sporting a longbow and a quiver of arrows.
I tap Rockbreaker and make sure that he's aware of where the wizard is.
Rockbreaker sees and gives you a nod.
I say,
And gives you a,
you've been
shall we
at
go talk to him now?
you've been at this longer than me, so I'm gonna ask your advice before I start some shit. What's the protocol here? I mean, that's don't well. Just get my back if anything goes awry. I say, and now's the time to stop me if that's the move. And I
He
start
gets out of
walking
his
towards the
chair,
wizard,
shoulders his pack.
muttering the words to wait, what do I need? Fuck! I can't cast Harung's. Damn it! I can't cast my new spell.
What do you need for it?
A small prism? Where the fuck am I going to find a small prism at this hour? I'm trying to figure out how my character would even know that I need a small prism. I do have...
Because it's a light shield and you need to...
I do have a
split
small lens for pattern weave. That's different than a prism, though. I assume you're going to roll.
Right, a prism needs to break the light into its different components. A lens focuses the light.
Yeah, that's going to take some time. Damn it. All right. Memorize that spell for nothing. All right. Okay.
All right, you approach the wizard.
Now I'm having that. My plan was going to be to approach with a shield up. Now I'm just relying on my charming personality.
Well, at least you got that going for you.
As I approach, does he have a sword at his waist?
He does have a sword at his waist. It looks
Probably
like
unwrapped
a sword,
and
unwrapped, just kind of lying there.
I mean, it's got a gaudy silver sheath.
It's not gaudy.
Absolutely. No, when you described it to me, it was like, holy fuck. There's a reason it was wrapped up. It's I mean, it's obvious that it's the same sword.
It's pretty clearly the same sword.
It's got it's got a silver sheath, and I think it has gems on the hilt or something along those lines.
Doesn't make it gaudy. I mean,
no,
but it's obviously
it is a liability. The adventure, does it look like he's just chatting with these people, or do they look like they're traveling companions?
They're just having a chat.
All right. I will have my quarterstaff with me, which is somewhat unusual. Usually I leave it, so I probably would have gone back outside at some point and picked it up. Usually I leave it, with a lamp in it, sitting outside. But I got it in my hand, probably draped over my shoulder as I approach the wizard and clear a crowd. I mean, I've got a quarterstaff over my shoulder. I'm like bumping into people with this long rod.
All right.
People are, what do you watch?
People will grunt and say such things, and pretty soon the wizard and his companions are looking at you.
I stop about 10 feet from the wizard and just stare him down and plant my feet. Is Rockbreaker like right behind me?
Yeah, behind you and to the side. The wizard stands up, and the tavern starts to go quiet as everyone's eyes turn to face you. The music, oh god, no. The music slowly stops, and pretty soon it's just the two of you standing and staring. Silence comes over the bar.
Bet you think you got a pretty package there. And I nod to his waist.
He looks down to it.
All wrapped up and delivered. Hope you know that's hot property.
He smiles. Yeah, it is. You want to see what it looks like when it's ablaze?
I know what it looks like. That blade is mine. How much did you pay that poor farmer to steal it from me for? Probably pennies.
Well, he looks around.
You are not the hero these men think you to be.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, my friend. And seeing as I possess this, and you got nothing other than your word, I suggest you back down and head out.
I give him a grin. I say, I will give you one chance to hand over that stolen blade before you witness the power of the 10%.
The rest of the crowd kind of gets up out of their chairs, and everyone starts to back away slowly. The 3 armed men get to their feet. The bowman doesn't really do anything, but the 2 swordsmen start to move their hands to their blades. And Rockbreaker steps forward, axe kind of over his shoulder, ready to go. The wizard grips his staff in one hand and rests his other hand on the hilt of the blade. And goes, well. If we haven't some sort of crazed lunatic, everybody, thinking he got something that isn't his. And he goes to draw his sword. Give me an initiative roll.
Yeah, let's just roll initiative and see how this goes. He draws the sword, huh?
He goes straight for the sword.
All right. I wish I had. I need some targeted spells. Is what I need. Let's see. What's casting him 1? I'll take it. So I'm slow to the draw. So I'm still just like planted with my quarterstaff over my shoulder. Yeah, I probably should have declared that I would smack him if he came close to me, but we're about 10 feet apart, I think.
Yeah. One of the swordsmen comes up and immediately leaps at you with his blade.
Holy shit.
Rolls a natural 1, passes his save. No, it's not a pass. but it's not
He
that bad of
just
a
went
fail.
he just stabbed me in a public setting.
Yeah,
That is,
he goes to run you through with his blade, trips
and I
over a
have
chair, and falls flat on his face, using the rest of his turn to kind of get back to his feet, but he is still tangled in the chair. Penalty of 2 to AC.
yeah. I am actually so I'm casting a spell. Sorry,
Okay.
I should declare that.
Yeah.
So I'm like starting to get focused and muttering under my breath and rummaging through my pouches for a tab of butter. If this wizard happens to have a spellcraft
The
check.
other fighter steps forward. He comes around from the other side of the wizard, so he's on Rockbreaker's side
Rockbreaker should
and
still be
swings
behind
his.
me, right?
No, Rockbreaker was beside you, like to your right. So this guy
And
comes from the
hopefully,
right.
can I argue that Rockbreaker was smarter than I am and readied an action to attack someone that closes with him? Is that something that Rockbreaker would have done? Do you want to roll a surprise check
You
for him
did
or
say,
something?
yeah. I think. Well,
I
this
told
guy,
him to have my back and to stop me if this was going to get out of hand. But
so
he
this
didn't
guy
say,
comes to attack Rockbreaker. Rockbreaker gets his ready to attack off.
or maybe, I mean, depending on how the initiative goes, maybe
Yeah.
Rockbreaker hasn't gone yet, right?
No, he hasn't gone, but I think he would have a ready attack.
I mean, a guy just lunged at me with a blade.
Rockbreaker's attack
clearly
goes
damaged.
wide, catches into part of the table as the swordsman brings his sword down on top of Rockbreaker, who like ducks out of the way and hides underneath the handle of his axe, which gets chipped gravely, but nothing bad. Your spell goes off on the same time as the wizard draws his flaming short sword and swings it at you.
So he hasn't moved yet.
Mm-mm.
This is good. Yeah. So I pick out this tab of butter. My words get bolder as I reach the end of the spell, and I hurl it in his direction, and it just expands and sprays a 10 by 10 area.
The flaming sword
centered
comes
on-
out as the grease comes in. The grease hits the sword and ignites.
As soon as I realized, I mean, the 10, it's just a 10 by 10. I mean, it's napalm.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, he's 10 feet away from me. So there's about 5 feet between me and like the blast radius, hopefully.
It goes off on him. Give me
But it's-
2d4 damage for the first round of burning.
Oh, good lord. So does it immediately ignite?
Well,
does
hold on.
it-
First off, we should do a wild surge check.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure I didn't accidentally cast a fireball and kill everyone.
That would be hilarious.
RD 20, 16. So it's just higher level, which doesn't actually
which
matter.
doesn't matter for grease. What is your, just for reference, what number is our
Oh, actually, maybe that is. I don't know what my new wild surge is. I
It
just
is
hit level
12.
3. Okay.
Yeah, 12 is the magic number.
Yeah. So 10 by 10
Magic
area
number is 12.
centered on the wizard. Hopefully there was enough of an area cleared.
Yeah. Can you give me that 2d4 damage
2d4 fire damage.
Yeah.
So during 2d4 the first round,
and d4 the next round?
5 points of
5.
damage.
That happens to
Is the
hit-
grease still effective this first round? Like, is it
No.
slippy slidey?
No.
No, it just immediately ignites and explodes.
Yeah. We'll consider it napalm. It's not thick enough grease to be slippery. It hits him and the guy next to him, the one that attacked Rockbreaker,
hmm
who is. Oh, and the guy goes oh as the flames engulf him. And
The wizard or
he-
the?
No, the guy beside him, and he drops to the ground, singed, pawing at his face until he stops. The wizard.
How much HP's he got?
Well, let's give him a saving throw versus breath weapon with a penalty because this is very unusual. It's a breath weapon, but
Hey,
he wouldn't see it coming. He's surprised.
If he had
by
paid
it.
attention in his studies and learned that spellcraft check or learned that spellcraft,
He fails his
proficiency-
save and goes up in flames. So the napalm hits. He screams and steps forward and follows through with his attack. The attack
Shit. He's got minus
hits
4 to hit.
you.
No!
Oh, he does have minus 4 to
Minus
hit.
4, but I only have AC 10. What's the?
No, actually, he has minus 5. He's a wizard.
Minus 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so that brings it his 19 to a 14.
He's on 5. I'm going down.
You get criticaled.
No.
Yes.
14 doesn't clear by 5. It clears by 4.
Right.
Oh, that's all it needs to.
No, it needs to clear by 5.
Okay. So it is only a regular attack, but it's still.
No, you still get criticaled. There's.
Are you? Wait, what? Oh, it's magic. All right.
There we go.
Probably good game right here. Roll for damage. Well, No, we'll see.
Oh, fucking hell. So you take 5 damage total.
Okay,
Shitty.
I'm still down.
Yeah. Oh no, plus the burning damage, right? Plus the burning damage. Wait, did we do extra damage from the burning, or was that just included as the magical bonus before? What did we do last time when you hit someone? Did you do an extra d6 damage of fire?
I only hit the Yeti once. You didn't have me roll any extra dice, I don't
Okay,
think.
cool. No, then you just
I
take
don't
5.
think I ever lit anything on. Maybe I lit like grease on fire.
No. Then I didn't remember if I was doing the magic or the fire as an extra d6 damage, or if that was just the plus blank that it has to damage. But you take 5 and collapse to the ground, unconscious once again. I will finish out combat for the remaining party members. Okay, he goes first. Miss. Oh, wow. Rockbreaker criticals.
Who's he even fighting? The wizards. Oh, wait.
No,
Okay, so the next round.
The other swordsman.
Yeah.
He.
So next round, do you want me to roll more burning damage? Sorry.
Yeah, give me an extra d4, but the wizard is down. You brought him down.
Wait, how did I bring him down if he's... Oh, okay, because we went at the same
time, same initiative. You wake up about 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later.
15 minutes?
You're at 0, so you're kind of in and out, right?
No, I'm at -4.
You're at -4.
We didn't heal before we chased the wizard.
Oh.
Right? Because he left that morning. We had to catch up with him.
Right. Okay, so you're at -4. Okay.
That's why I was worried. That could have killed me. A critical hit could have brought me to -10. Yeah, I was at 1 HP.
Yeah, you rolled really shit.
You pulled this hijinks during my rest week. I thought I was like doing rest week activities, going and getting a new coat from Yeti hide. But nope, you threw me into the fire.
So
I wake
rest
up.
week has got to be a rest week. I'm
hoping that the fire damage instantly cauterized the wounds, so there was no bleeding.
Right.
So do I get healed? What do they even do? I mean, I wake up to a whole new world probably once again.
Okay, you wake up in jail.
In jail?
In jail a few days later. You are in
I
a
can't even
prison
deal with
cell.
this right now. I thought we weren't going to start for 13 minutes, and I don't have any of my equipment, including my book.
Right. You are
Let's
there.
Take a break. I can't deal with this right now.
Okay, we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.